Heyo! So tonight we are going to be preparing a tasty little barbecue snack. It's called a moink. For those of you that have never heard of a moink before, the moo comes from the beef and the oink comes from the bacon that you're going to be wrapping it in. So these are extremely easy to make, very easy to prepare, really easy to cook and very tasty, well worthwhile. We're going to start with, we've got about half a kilo of beef mince here. I'm going to chuck some pepper into this. I'm going to chuck some salt in there as well. Just crunch that up a little bit. And I'm going to add a touch of garlic sort of granules as well. Not too much, don't overpower it. Then what we need to do now is give it a good mix together. Best to just get your hands straight in there, scrunch it all up, get it all mixed to a fine paste. So there we are, all nice and squished up. Now what I want to do is sort this out into X number, whatever it makes, semi-decent sized meatballs. Don't want to be too big, you know, because they are just supposed to be a bit of a snack bite type of thing. I'm just going to put all these onto a baking tray lined with baking paper just while I prepare the next step. So we're going to sort this out. I'm going to try and portion it up into as many little meatballs as I can. So I'm just going to carry on doing this until we're done. At this point in time, you don't need to worry too much about getting it nicely compressed and tight, because all we're trying to do is portion it out. I'll show you the next step in a minute. So there we are. I've made 13, I'm lucky for some, baker's dozen for others. 13 meatballs, all roughly the same size. And the next step now is to get we're going to stick some cheese in the middle of this. So this is putting a bit of twist onto what you might have seen other people do. I'm going to stick some cheese into the middle, wrap it around it, and I'll tell you what, when that goes on the smoker tomorrow, it's going to be amazing when it's done. We'll go and wash up. Right, so I've put a bit of greaseproof paper down on my chopping board. The idea is now I'm going to take one of these meatballs, pop it on, flatten it out, bit of cheese, bit of cubed cheddar or whatever you fancy in the middle, and I'm going to roll that up into a nice meatball. Now what we're trying to do is make sure that none of the cheese is exposed, because that's just going to leak out and you don't be wasting all that cheesy goodness. I need 2 hands for this. I need a big straw, that's what I need. So we pop the cheese in the middle, pack it all round, tighten it up a little bit round it. And then the first step of that meatball is finished. Perfect. So we're going to continue with the rest of them, doing exactly the same thing to each of these. Flatten them out. Cheese in the middle. Wrap it up, make sure it's all covered. Shape it. Done. So once we've wrapped the cheese in the meat, we're then going to wrap the meat in the bacon. What better combination is there? We're using Streaky bacon here. Mainly because it wraps pretty well, doesn't it, around these meatball things. So I'm going to stick a layer of Streaky bacon on there. We're going to just wrap it around it best we can. Doesn't need to be anything too fancy. We're not making a work of art here. Just get it wrapped up. And that's it, that's done. Plonk that on the tray. And and obviously repeat that for all your meatballs. So there we are, pretty much done. I'm going to stick these into the fridge now. Tomorrow morning I'm going to be getting them out and putting a rub on them, just going to give them a bit of extra flavour. You don't want to do that now because it'll be sat there all night and it'll just be sort of, it'll just all soak in and go mushy. So you're best off doing that just before you put it on the smoker basically. But with these you can make them in advance, and I'm going to bang these into the fridge now. I'm going to get them out tomorrow when I'm ready for them. Cheers. Hey up, so it's the following day. We've taken the Moinks out of the fridge. They look exactly the same as they did last night when you saw them. They put them away, to be fair, but all we need to do now is put some barbecue rub on them. This is a homemade rub. It's just, standard spices. I'll put a link on another video or something. We're going to chuck a load of rub on these. Turn them over so they get it on all sides if possible. You've got to be quite liberal with it because it's very difficult to coat a sphere with rub, so get it all on there, roll them over, get them all covered as much as you can. Now these are going to go onto the smoker, and you're going to see this in a minute, so they're going to take on a nice smoky flavour as well while they're in there. Alright. And that is literally it. So we're going to go outside now, I'm going to bang them on the smoker, I'm just going to wash my hands. Hey, follow me, let's get them on smoker. So, the smoker, a Big Bertha, because I can't think of any other original name for it. It's humming away at about 216 at the minute, Fahrenheit that is. I need to put a log on, get it going again, but let's open it up, see what we've got in here. Oh, look at that. See, we've already got some other stuff I'll show you while you're here. We've got some pork belly slices marinated in some Moroccan style thing. We've got some pit beans there at the back, they're fantastic. And we've got a stack of ribs there as well. And on the shelf that we're going to put these Moinks on, we've got some sausages. So I'm going to get these onto the smoker. So as we saw last night when I was making this, I actually managed to make a baker's dozen out of the meat. So we've got 13 Moinks in there. All there is to do now, close this up. And we want to make sure the temperature is going to be going at around 225 Fahrenheit. So it's a bit low because I've had it open, so I'll come back out and check in a minute. If I need to, I'll chuck another log on. Cheers. Right, the time is now. The monks are finally ready. So we're going to get them out at the smoker. And we're going to give these bad boys a try. So everything else has come out at the smoker. These are the last things to come out. Oh, would you look at that. Got a little bit of cheese just bubbling out at the top of there. That is looking good. Let's get them onto this plate. I can see that a couple of them have cooked a bit more than the others, shall we say. So that just tells me I've got a bit of a hot spot on one side of the barbecue. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm sure they'll still be really nice. So there we are. Moinks with cheese. I'm going to try one. It's hot. Yeah. These are the dogs, guys. Cheers.